Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness, y'all. These people are testing the Jesus in me. I tell you what. I've already been singing. Oh gosh, now I forgot the song. Have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your struggles. These people, and some of these comments, they testing the Jesus in me, y'all. I mean, I ain't gonna let them get to me, but the one lady who said that, I'm gonna keep doing that just to get on people's nerves. She accused me of abusing these two dogs, the the most spoiled dogs in the entire universe. Abused. I was like, now wait a minute. You can talk about me. You can talk about how you don't like the video, but don't accuse me of abusing my dogs. Are you kidding me? You mean the dogs that get to walk twice a day, every day? Who get to lay outside in their fenced-in backyard anytime they want to? Honey, honey, that's the weather vane making that noise. You can't attack the weather vane. Bless your heart. Y'all, this pollen's making me so thirsty. I'm so thirsty from the pollen. Do y'all hear that weather vane? It's really upsetting Penny. It is really upsetting her. Poor little abused dog that she is. Anyway, the story that this is going to lead to is not funny in the least bit, but okay, so many years ago, I worked with these two women. I'm not going to say their names because, but come on, hey babies, come on. But these two women, you know, they would jokingly talk about, hi, can we please walk? Hi, thank you. They would jokingly talk about, you know, unaliving their husbands, you know, just because they were mad at them, they would talk about unaliving them. They never did. Their husbands are still living. But, you know, they would sometimes say, well, if I ever do it, I'm going to roll him up in some carpet and roll him off one of them big canyons up in North Georgia. They'll never find him. And then they would say, but it's got to be a green carpet so it'll blend in with the surrounding. I mean, it was funny because we all knew that this would never happen, right? I mean, the three of us knew that they would never unalive their husbands. So it was funny. Well, that was 20 years ago. I mean, at least 20 years ago that they would talk like that and we would laugh. My brother called me yesterday. He said, Tracy, he said, I need you to do something for me. I said, okay. Now, you got to understand, my brother's a lot like me, and a lot of what he says is funny. I mean, you know, and sometimes he exaggerates his stories quite a bit. So I was already laughing. But then when I found out it was actually a true story, it made me sad for the guy. So I'm not laughing at the guy. Let me get that point clear. I'm not laughing at the actual tragedy. I'm laughing at my brother and the story from 20 years ago. My brother said, Tracy, if my body is ever found rolled up in carpet, then I want you to find out what has happened to me. And I was like, I'm thinking in my mind, is everything okay between you and Dottie? I mean, like, what? But I'm laughing, again, because of how he tells stories. He can, for those of you who watch Lester on I'm a Survivor, he can weave a tale as good as Lester can, okay? He just makes up stories, the most outlandish stories, just to be funny, okay? So I still didn't know where he was going. But then again, it was kind of like, huh? I mean, has Dorothy told you that she's going to unalive you and Roll you up in carpet? I mean, is this what wives really talk about? Because, you know, I've never been a wife, so I've never really had that thought of actually doing it. But anyway, I said, okay, what? He said, well, this man, and this is a true story, I looked it up, and the news article that I read did say this. Some of the other news articles did not say it, but this one said it. This man had been found rolled up in carpet in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He is from Georgia, and he had gone out there to watch a LSU basketball game. He was in Baton Rouge, where LSU is located. Hi, come on, baby. Come on. After the basketball game, he went to a bar. And when he left the bar, come on, baby, he was walking home. And on his walk home, something happened to him. And he never made it back to, I say home, he was walking back to the hotel room. But he never made it back to his hotel room. So he never showed up again. So they filed a missing person report on him. Well, they found him a few days later. I don't know the actual time frame, but they smelled something, and then they found that he had been rolled up in carpet. But they're not suspecting foul play. That was the point to my brother's, the beginning of it. And I was like, how are you found dead rolled up in carpet, but there's no foul play? But I think he may have overdosed or something, and the people that were with him panicked, rolled him up in carpet, and they left him at a funeral home. It said a shuttered funeral home. What does that mean? Was it closed? Were the windows shut? I don't know what that means. But anyway, they left him rolled up in carpet at a funeral home. That's not the kind of friends I want in my life. Don't roll me up in carpet and just leave me somewhere. I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to be here, but for my family's sake, don't do that. You know, don't do that. Call the police and say, here's his body. He overdosed, or whatever the case was, but they're not suspecting foul play. How, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. Even if he overdosed, there's some sort of foul play going on because they rolled him up in carpet and left him in front of the funeral home, the shuttered funeral home. It wasn't like shuttered, but it was like shuttered. You know, like a shutter on a house, shuttered, I guess. That's how it was spelled anyway, because I think the other shuttered is with a D, shuttered, instead of shuttered. Shuttered. Anyway, yeah, that's the news article for today. I wonder if they used green carpet like my friends discussed. They said green carpet because it would blend in. Anyway, we're about home from our walk, so I'll leave you with that for now, and then I'll be back later, I'm sure. Okay. But yeah, these people need Jesus, because thinking that I abuse these dogs, oh, it made me mad. It made me all kind of mad. It sure did. I said, what kind of abuse are you talking about? And then she shared it, and she wrote on that my name wasn't Tracy, it was, did she say Danger? My name is Danger. Danger, Will Robinson, Danger. Because I walk my dogs on a retractable leash. How is that abuse? I mean, 12 years. Where is he? 12 years. 12 years I've been walking him on this leash. And nobody's ever been hurt by this leash. Nobody, not even me. So how is that abuse? I don't know. Back to the song. I'm gonna go spend a little time with Jesus and tell him all about my struggles. Because my struggles is not absolutely just cussing people out. I did report her. They won't do nothing about it because they don't care if people are mean to you or bully you. They only care if you disagree with them. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I ain't making no money from them anyway, so I don't care. I don't care. What are they gonna do? They gonna stop paying me? Well, they ain't paying me anyway, so okay. Okay. You know what? I lived before this and I'll live after this. There you go. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. It is 2:22 in the afternoon. I love when I have repetitive numbers like that, like when it's 11:11 and 12:12 and 1:1. That would be 1:11 and 2:22 and 3:33. I love it. 4:44, 5:55. I do. I never see the 6:66, which I'm glad about that because that would be kind of freaky. But anyway, I have a cat sitting on my lap. Penny was very upset earlier because she was sitting in my lap. So I'll insert that video because it was quite funny because Penny was over there asleep on the couch. And I just happened to look over at her and she was just staring at me the absolute hardest. Like, how dare you sit with a cat in your lap, mother? I'm sure she talks like the queen. Mother, how dare you sit with a cat on your lap, mother? Mum. Yes, Mum. Penny, why are you giving me that look? Huh? Are you mad? Huh? Are you just in absolute disbelief that there's a cat in my lap? Huh? This is my coloring table right here for when I color in my adult coloring books. Don't go there. Somebody said last night I went there. Don't go there. You didn't go there. That's not what she said, okay? Okay, I guess Penny's done being mad that Gracie's in my lap. I guess. I don't know. They should be tired because I had a guest drop by, Trina, and they both acted a fool, but especially that one right there. That one right there, she does not like guests. No, she does not like guests. That one right there just followed suit and barked because that one barked. Yeah, that's all. He only barked because she barked. Because then he would go let Trina, pet him and love him and scratch him and talk to him, and he was fine. But when that one barked, it was all over with. Then he had to bark. But usually when she would start barking, he would run to like the window or the door to see who was outside. I was like, honey, nobody's outside. She's still barking at Trina. Trina's been here an hour and she's still barking at Trina. But he didn't know. Bless his heart. I have been trying to paint the side door. The front door's done. Now I'm trying to paint the side door. And either the kitty cat here has been pretty much standing on the ladder with me, or the dogs have been laying. Everybody's got green paint on them. It's fine. It's fine. It's not toxic, or maybe it is. I don't know. But Gracie has eaten enough paint in her 17 years, almost 17 years next month, that that just proves that a little bit of paint never hurt anybody, because she jumped on a ladder and landed in the paint tray, which caused it to flip over upside down onto my hardwood floors. Well, actually, it was laminate flooring. It was in my townhouse. And then she ran through the house with paint on her feet and hid under the bed and cleaned herself. I couldn't get her out from under the bed. No. Oh, my phone's ringing. I'll be back. Now I'm sitting over here in front of the door because I'm back to painting again. My brother called me back. So he had to tell me something else funny that happened. He has the most amount of things happen to him in a day. He's kind of like me. He just has strange things happens. He can talk a little bit better than me, but not much. But anyway, he has the strangest things happen to him. And he calls me to tell me about them because he knows that I will laugh. Because I will always give him a laugh, you know, because he's just funny. But anyway, so back to Gracie. Yeah, she tracked paint through the house, and then she cleaned it off her feet. And then she would rub up against whatever I was painting. You know, like a door here that she has never rubbed up against in her life. If I'm painting it, she's going to walk over here and rub up against the door. Why? Why does she do that? I don't know. But apparently this paint is not toxic in small doses. I wish it would be still. That's what I wish it would do, because when I'm painting it, I'm brushing it. It bounces back and forth, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Gracie has caused me a lot of trauma in her 17 years. Yeah, paint being the most amount of trauma over the 17 years. But one time I came home from work, and Gracie is much like a dog in that she will run to the door when I get home. She's like, Mom's home, and she'll run to the door, and I'll say, hey, baby, and she doesn't do it so much anymore because, you know, I have two others that run to the door to greet me, and she's like, I don't want to be near them, because they stink, they're dogs, so she kind of hangs back. But back in this time, I only had Charlie, and she's never been fazed by Charlie at all. So she didn't come running to the door that day, and I was like, well, that's odd. But okay, maybe she's using the bathroom, you know. Maybe I came home at the wrong time or whatever. So I go in, and I let Charlie out the back door so he could go do his business real quick, and then I would go change clothes, and we would go for a walk because I abuse my animals. Anyway, so I go upstairs, and I hear this bag rustling, and I was like, what is that? What is that noise? So Charlie, of course, comes upstairs with me because, you know, they go where you go. Well, instead of going into my bedroom, he goes in the bedroom across the hall. And I was like, well, that's odd. You know, when you're just getting home from work and you're wanting to change clothes and go for a walk, you're not really putting everything together, but you're noticing that things are just a little off, right? So I start, you know, changing clothes, and I hear this bag rustling again, and I was like, what is that noise? So I go walking across the hall to the other bedroom, and there's my little Gracie girl, who somehow had gotten a bag wrapped around her neck. It wasn't a plastic bag. No, it was like a gift bag type thing with the little handles. Her head was through one of those handles. She had torn that bag to shreds, except for the part that was around her neck. Now, she wasn't choking. You know, she was not choking, but she was freaked out because she couldn't get away from the bag. And I was like, how long has this cat been trying to get away from this bag? I mean, I've been going to work all day. I never imagined that a bag just laying on the bed would lead to all this, you know. I never knew, but I know now, and I keep all the bags put up. But anyway, then I'm trying to get to her, who's like hunkered down behind the bed, and Charlie hears her, you know, doing all the screaming and the growling that she was doing, and I'm trying to tell him to shut up so I can get to her. Finally, I mean, I'm just like, wah! And finally, I had to put him out of the bedroom and close the door, which, let me tell you, he didn't like that because he is my number one man. He protects his mama. Where is he? Oh, there's her. There's her. I don't know. Oh, there he is. He has always been right on my heels, following me, protecting me. He is my Maggie. And not everybody's going to get that reference, but that's a Lester reference. He's my Maggie. So I had to lock him out of the bedroom, which then caused him to start just going into fits, trying to get through the door. He's screaming and hollering on one side of the door, scratching and doing all the things. And I'm in the bedroom with the wild lioness here, trying to get the bag off of her head. Well, for some reason, the bag wouldn't just slip off of her head. So I had to, like, tear it. Well, I don't know if you know this, but those things are hard to tear. And they were glued down. Oh, my gosh. So I tore the bag off of it to get all that away. But then I had to get that thing off her head. And she is pitching a daggum fit like she's about to be unalived. That was the most stressful about 7.5 minutes of my life. But obviously she's fine because that was probably 10 years ago. 9 or 10 years ago, yeah. And here she is. Still kicking. Still causing trouble. Yep. 17 years old and still causing trouble. But anyway, I'm going to go back to painting this door and hopefully finish it today. So, yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed this weird, long story. Bunch of different stories, but remember, my name is Danger, okay? It's not Tracy, it's Danger. I've always wanted a name like that, and now I have it. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. Love you, mean it. Jesus loves you. Good Lord knows I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. Okay? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. You hang up first. Okay. All right, I'm hanging up.